Greetings, Starfighter. You have been recruited by the Star League to defend the frontier against Zur and the Kodan Armada. Get ready? Prepare for blastoff.
Victory or Death Starfighters, my name is Carlin Jones, and this is a Starfighter full movie podcast. And today we are watching probably the most classic film of all time, arguably the most romantic film that was ever made. We are going to watch the 1942 romantic drama, at least that's what I'm guessing, Casablanca. So this movie is my pick, right? Let me first start how this happened. It happened years ago. I had a conversation with my girlfriend, and you know when you have those kind of conversations with people and you're talking about movies and TV shows that you've either seen or you haven't seen, and then once you say you haven't seen a certain film, your friend, your family member, or whoever, they kind of look at you all side-eyed and disgusted in a sense. I told my girlfriend that I've never seen Casablanca, and she definitely took offense to that. Now, I don't know what it is about this movie, but I was never interested to see it. It just never even came on my radar that this is something that I should watch and something that I have to watch, if that makes any sense. I don't know if it's a generational thing, because obviously this movie came out in 1942, back when, you know, World War II was still happening. So I don't know if it was a generational thing that me as a millennial thinking like, I don't need to watch this movie. I'm not going to relate to this movie. I'm not going to, you know, I might not have any appreciation towards it. Or I don't know if it's a cultural thing with me being a young black man living in the South of America, thinking I can't relate to this. I don't know what type of knowledge or what type of, I just don't know if it's going to be universal to me or affect me in a way of watching this film. I guess in a way that a suburban white person would, or not even a suburban white person, or just a white person in general, because you kind of have to admit that there are certain films that are deemed as classic, they are deemed as very amazing, whatever the genre is, and it's labeled that, but it's only affecting a certain demographic of people. And then yet the other demographic of people who never was really interested in seeing the film, they just never saw it. They just never cared to look at it. And I guess that's where I fall with Casablanca. Now, in this movie, we all know it's Humphrey Bogart is the star in it, and he's kind of had a legendary but very weird career. Also, the actress is Ingrid Bergman. I think that's how you pronounce her name. Ingrid Bergman. I read up on her before, like many months ago. I know that she's like Swedish or whatnot, but yeah, I don't know what it is, and I'm hoping to find an appreciation after I watch this movie, because I mean, listen, I'm a lover of films. I can honestly say I just love all films in a sense. I'm trying to get into horror kind of more recently, but I just feel like in terms of like the production, the acting, the directing, costumes, like everything, lighting, everything that has to do with a film, I can find at least some type of appreciation for this movie. I know that for a fact, but I don't know. I really don't know if I'm gonna like it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I hate to be talking in circles or just to be blabbering on, randomly, but sometimes I like to view Casablanca as like a movie and compare that to a TV show like Friends. Because I know a lot of people love Friends, and a lot of people like to say this is the greatest TV show ever made and this and that. But at the end of the day, me being a black male and me growing up in a black household, friends never existed in my life. Never existed. I didn't really grew up with friends watching Friends. I know that sounded weird, but I didn't grow up with any people that I had friendships with that watch Friends. So yeah, Friends never existed for me, just as the same as Casablanca never existed in my household. And I grew up close to my grandparents. I grew up pretty close to my great grandmother, who was definitely, born in that time, was around that time. And, she never once mentioned the Casablancas and the Big Sleep, or films of that nature. So I guess just what I'm trying to say is Casablanca never existed in my life. It never existed in my community. So there was no reason for me to seek this film out. Now, in terms of what this film might offer, I have no idea. I know people just quote it a lot. People keep saying this is one of the most romantic movies you can watch. Honestly, I have no expectations coming into this film. The only thing I'm hoping for is just some semi decent performances and some amazing lighting. That's all I want, because I am a huge fan of film noirs. Even though I know this movie is not it is not a film noir, but I do love that 40s and 50s time period, because I do personally listen to a lot of 1950s and 40s radio shows. So yeah, I guess I'm just looking for this to be a decent film, and just to talk about it in a sense. I'm not too sure if the acting performances are going to be all that great, because in all honesty, I mean, this is something we can talk about while the movie's going, but acting back then, especially in like the 30s, 40s, 50s, every actor and actress, they acted the same. There's no difference between the acting roles, in a sense. The acting roles and their performances. That's just me. That's just how I feel, because they're all taught to act a certain way. Maybe you can blame that on the generation of directors that were out back then or whatever. But in my opinion, acting performances back then weren't really that impressive. There are some that are really good. There are some that stand out, but that's like a needle in a haystack, in my opinion. So with that said, let's get into this film. So we are going to watch the entirety of the 1942 classic Casablanca. This movie's runtime is 1 hour, 42 minutes, and 34 seconds. So yeah, let's see what this is about. I honestly, I have no idea what this plot is. I just know it takes place during World War II. Who knows? I don't even know what rated this is. I do not know what rated this movie is, but let's get started into this movie. So we're going to start this movie in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And maybe when I was younger, maybe I had a problem with black and white films. I think definitely when I was in high school, I always told myself I can't watch a black and white film. Like, I just can't do it. I don't want to. It's boring, blah, 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 blah. But then I got into like film noirs and like detective radios and like Richard Diamond and stuff like that. And I've grown to appreciate them a lot more. So I have a feeling I can get through Casablanca pretty fine. Okay, these credits are crazy. These opening credits are kind of crazy. I guess, well, you can, what is this, 42? You can have text over like film. I'm sure they were still able to do that back then. I guess just no one thought to do it. Portugal. My geography is like horrible. I don't know where shit is. Casablanca. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't know it was a place. I didn't even know it was like an actual place. Casablanca. Yeah, never would have guessed. I'm sure they filmed this in America. Okay. Yeah, way not to cause a panic. Liar. No, yeah, fucking liar. Look at this dude. God damn. Oh, excuse my language. Just shot this dude. Okay. I guess I'm following what's happening. I guess, also, I guess maybe being a kid watching this movie, being a teenager, especially at the time it came out, this was very heavy. I'm sure this was very heavy to be alive when there is a world war literally happening, and to watch films that are kind of just based on that. And I'm sure that can play into your psyche. You can feel like all this is real. So trying to take that into consideration. Nazis. So I've heard, I did watch like or looked at like a little bit of the trivia for this movie. I've heard that the Nazi soldiers in this movie, like the actors, are all refugees from Germany, and they're like German uh, Jewish people. Insane. Oh, he said Ricks. I thought he said bricks. So I don't understand. Clearly, there are some Americans that we've seen just now, right? Like the two people that are at like the dinner table outside, and some of these people, they're clearly American, right? Why are they traveling outside the country knowing there's like a war, the world is in war? Oh, unless they like travel before the war, now they're just stuck there, which has happened. That's pretty common. You know, get yourself killed trying to trying to go on unprotected seas, bro. You better just stay there where it's safe. Ho ho ho. No, there he is, Mr. Humphrey Bogart. What an interesting career. I still can't get over how he left his wife for like a 19-year-old Lauren Bacall. A little confused. This is what a lot of these movies are like from back then. Just a lot of people just talking, 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 and then they talk right, like literally less than a nanosecond when the other person's done talking. Does anyone else find it weird? Like whenever I watch, especially like older movies like this, I look at them. I look at them more like a live action museum, because more than likely, any film you watch like this, everyone who is a part of it, from actors to production crew, producers, film editor, like everyone is dead and they're no longer here on this earth. I just find that so crazy. Yeah, obviously, I get, people die, right? But just to watch a source of media where literally everyone who's ever touched it is perished away. It's kind of crazy. I feel like there's just that makes it just so much more history involved in it. Why do I feel like this is like a creepy James Bond film? So who is he? Is he like manager here? Or is he like a spy? It's funny whenever you see a black person in one of these films, they got to be doing some type of entertainment. Or maybe I should just say interesting, not funny. I mean it all in the same way. Oh, it's his cafe. Wow, who is that? So, wow, look at her. So there are just certain actresses, and I've seen this personally in certain films that I've worked on. I'm a firm believer that every woman is beautiful, you know, no matter what features or whatever. But there are certain women in this world that look incredibly different on camera in a sense of like they just have something that every other actor doesn't have, right? For an example, like Angelina Jolie, you get like literally millions of actresses to look into a camera and then she'll look into a camera and not say anything and just do it so differently and like 20 times better. I don't know if it was the way the light was hitting her and how it was reflecting in her eyes that made her look like that, but she just looks completely like remarkable. And clearly she didn't have a big of a role, but well, hey, if she looked like that, I'm expecting Ingrid to come on this movie and look incredible. Even better, 20 times better. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Wonder why he's there. Also, I've like, and obviously maybe this is, no, it kind of goes. I've always wanted to go into like a cafe or like a diner from like the 40s and 50s. Obviously, being black, that wouldn't be like such a smart thing, right? But I just want to see what it really looked like and the people and what they did. Why? Uh oh, here we go. Wow, we're 20 minutes in. I don't understand why they couldn't just open the film just showing us the cafe and him running it, and that's like his ordinary world, and then this guy coming in telling him what's happening. I don't know if I got like the director's version or whatever, but I feel like there's a lot of things that just don't need to be shown, don't need to be said for the audience to get what's happening. I still don't see what the big deal is. Well, listen, anybody can fall in love with anybody, right? But if Ingrid in this movie doesn't look half as good as what that other woman that we just saw that left, I'm not going for it. Cashew chips. Well, you ain't gonna do shit with your chips. Nah. God, Lord, this man here. What is wrong with you, man? There's civilians in here. No, they for sure gonna kill you now. Hell no. I ain't helping nobody. Oh, look at these people. Must be nice not to care about the world. This man just got carried away to his death, and they're just like, oh, well, another night. Mm. Doesn't matter who wins the war. Or, one second. Let me say that again. I heard a really good quote from a song about war in general that says, it doesn't matter who's right and who's wrong in any war. All that matters is who's left standing. I like that. Yeah, World War II is crazy. World War One was crazy too. All it is just miscommunication. Miscommunication, assassinations that shouldn't have happened. Yeah, it's just crazy. All right, here she is. She better. I don't know. From this angle, I can't really tell. She don't look. She don't look better than that other one. That woman that was just there. Not even close. When this movie's over, I'm going back to that scene. I mean, she still looks gorgeous, but she don't look better than that last woman. But he's still in the cafe, dumbass. Very interesting plot. Yeah, she don't even look better than the first girl. She's gorgeous. I think she's beautiful, but she does she. It's all a preference, right? She don't even look 35% better than that first girl that we just saw like 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. I know it's too early to tell. Nor is a better actress either. I'm sorry. I know Ingrid's a legend though. Notice how every time they cut to her, her lighting is like way freaking different. It's like it's kind of like beauty lighting in a sense, or it's just supposed to be super flattering towards, I guess, just towards the individual. And I guess for her, she's supposed to be like the romantic interest. See, like notice like her face is fully lit. I guarantee you cut to his face, there's gonna be like maybe a tiny bit of a lick of a shadow somewhere. So are they together? Kind of confused on that. You know, it'd be amazing if a movie theater, that kind of like that show where it's like the two robots and the guy just talking over movies. I wish they clearly do like free domain movies, but I wish they could do classics like this. Yeah, and he didn't help his case by shooting shooting the people in this cafe. There goes. There's that beauty lighting. She got a little bit of a shadow though. It's mostly just the light on her eyes. There's always like a defined light on her eyes. There's light on everyone's eyes in a sense, but it's kind of like doled out to the point where you're like, it's not that important. But for her, you can tell, like it's there. They want you to see it. See? Yeah. Watch, you don't see it with him. To who? I like the other woman better. I need to watch her other films because this is not really impressing me with her performance. Hmm. Um, it's like an hour and 9 minutes left. I think I have to get with this romance thing pretty quick. Okay, here it comes. Okay, clearly they know each other. I would love to watch this in like a actual 1942 in like a theater, like outside theater. Okay. I didn't really sense much. Obviously, they know each other, right? Just from the script and the lines are given off. But I'm not really sensing like any type of chemistry or sexual tension between them. That's just me, though. Rick's Cafe American. It's a weird name. But go where? Casablanca to New York? I don't know about that. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. In New York? Wait, that's kind of like a trick question, right? Because that's a city that never sleeps. Man, it makes me wish I had a friend that just walks around next to me all day and he can just play the piano whenever I tell him to. And he just play like old classic Disney tunes. Oh, if I can like picture like a soundtrack to my life, I don't know. Like I would want. I think one of the main songs, probably like one of the singles, would be like that song from Tarzan that the apes are singing. Doo da 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 da. Oh man, that was so good. Okay, it's clearly a flashback. Ain't gonna lie, these effects, this car driving behind this screen or in front of the screen right now, it doesn't look too far off from the effects we got today. There's some really bad special effects today. What did you do? What did you think? Kid? That's kind of weird, right? Because he kind of married a kid. Well, I mean, she's 19. Lauren Bacall. This is so interesting. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to watch other Ingrid films because this performance is not it. I'm sorry. It's and you know what? I know a lot of these so-called classic actresses, some of the biggest actresses in the world, when compared to other actresses in their heyday. I know they like to put them on top of the class or on top of the list, but a lot of their acting is not really that good. Like you can even look at Marilyn Monroe, and I know like she's an idol of mine, and I know she's mostly like a sex symbol and all that stuff, but her acting wasn't really anything to talk about. I think Marilyn Monroe was just really popular because she was just the first freaking actress they had on there that was actually like curvy and not a toothpick. I don't know. That's just me though. I'm doing. I already have it recorded actually. Next, another podcast episode is going to be La La Land, and then my friend Gustavo, who's a guest on there, loves Marilyn Monroe. His favorite film of all time is Oh, what is it called? It's a Marilyn Monroe movie. I think it's called Some Like It Hot. Yeah, see, Ingrid clearly has this look and think this look that's like, you point a camera at her, she's just gonna look at the camera differently than 20,000 other actresses can. But other than that, I don't know what the hell else she brings to the freaking table. You see, that's all she's doing in this movie. Oh, I thought this was still a flashback. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know what he's saying. How old was Ingrid during this? Let me look this up. Oh, sorry. It's funny. She only lived to be 67. Wow. She was only 27. I don't even want to look up Humphrey's age. I bet he was like 42. Why is that with actors? Men can just play any fucking role they want with being whatever age, but women can't. I don't know if it's the writing or just her performance. I don't know what's so off about it. And Bogart's not necessarily doing a bad job, but he's kind of acting like how any freaking male actor would as well. Right? I mean, he's acting like. I mean, I've seen The Big Sleep, so he's kind of just acting like Philip Marlowe. I cannot go on with you or even see you again. You meet and ask why. Just believe that I love you. And dancing. Okay, I didn't read it all. So she just left you with no explanation? Bro, she's doing you a favor. I'm gonna be hung up on her. So this is a flashback. Apparently, that black guy was there through all of this. Oh, I see. Now she's back in your life. You don't know how to feel. That's how the cookie crumbles. Oh, please let that be the woman from earlier in the bar. Nope. It's Ingrid. No. It's like, damn it. Some good lighting. What is this conversation? How about she just explain why she left? That's the question we all have. I guess. Hmm? Yeah, why did you leave? No, don't go. Fuck this movie. I hate this. Damn you, writer. Just trying to stretch this movie out. Just tell us why you left. Literally makes no sense why she left. You know what this movie really feels like? I feel like a lot of movies at this time, because the war was happening, they're like, we should make a movie about whatever genre we want, what about whatever subject we want, but it has to tie into the war. Like that's just what it has to, right? It's kind of like what you're getting with now, with superhero films. You can tell whatever story you want. It just has to have superheroes in it, or vampires, or have it be like a buddy cop movie with two female protagonists. Well, they had every reason to kill him. They shot one of their people. Show her in? Please let this be the lady. Oh, damn it. Oh, I can't wait for this movie to end so I can go back to that bar scene. The blue parrot. I'm still okay. Here's the biggest thing, though. I don't understand why they were together or why they fell in love or anything like that. Like, I don't understand that. I understand the story they're telling in terms of like it's a war. They're trying to get this guy to betray his country, and right, all that stuff. I don't understand the romance side of this film whatsoever. And I still don't know if they're together or not. This guy's a shit salesman. Why not? Hatred? Are you fucking serious? Get this. Get this woman out of here. I'm sorry. Just tell him. Goodness gracious. Oh, husband. What? Wait. Wait, what? Oh, stop talking in circles. I don't understand. I don't. What is she talking about? This kind of reminds me of that movie, Flowers of War, with what's his name, Christian Bale. Fantastic movie. Oh my goodness, I love that movie. Y'all love each other. Why don't you kiss? I can spend 30 minutes just talking, probably like hours just talking about this movie alone, of just like Ingrid's performance and how it's very subpar and how it doesn't make any sense, the script that is given to her. Good day. Insane. Uh. Morocco or Morocco? I can't even pronounce the country. Oh wait, is that the actress? Oh wait, that's the woman. Yes, that's her. Damn it. I was zoning out and I missed her. God damn it. Now I'm forced to look at Ingrid. You can't tell me that other girl doesn't look a little bit. Obviously, it's all subjective, right? But you can't tell me that other girl. I don't even know her name on this movie, but she just has a look. I don't know what it is about her. To America. Who is that? Underage? Oh, never mind. No, I'm joking. She's probably like, I don't know. Probably IMDb her. Oh, Bulgaria. As lovely as you've seen, don't come here for a charity case. Hey, this woman is acting a lot better than Ingrid. What the hell is going on in this movie? Yeah. Can she stay though? She's a lot better than Ingrid. Oh god, here comes Ingrid. Ingrid's blonde, right? I have a okay. Now I have this thing about why they probably casted her. No, she's not a blonde. Uh, yeah, I don't know if I would have done that, but yes, I guess that was nice of you. Don't come to me. You people are gonna know. God damn it. See, stop talking about it. God damn. Y'all gonna get him in trouble. This movie is like a. This movie is basically like a espionage war type. It's basically like a spy movie in a grand sense of things, and they just crammed romance whenever they can. I don't really see this movie as romantic at all, especially if they don't explain anything. Yeah, there's a lot. There's so much I have to say about this when this film's over. But there's 30 minutes left. There's 30 minutes left. There she is. There she is. No, 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 no. Shirtless is Ingrid. Ingrid's such eye candy. That's all she's here for. It's not a contest, people. Oh, look at her cry. Wait, what country is she from? Oh, maybe France, probably. I heard one of the funniest jokes from that comedian Godfrey about the Olympics and how like everyone's looking forward to like the national anthems. He was making fun of every country's national anthem. It was so funny. I don't want to say it here because it's so it can be like offensive, but it's like it's so funny. Fine one. What in the hell? You know, it wouldn't be annoying. Ingrid wouldn't be annoying in this film if they wouldn't try to shoot her. Every close up is like just a freaking beauty shot. Like, look at his face. And now look at hers when it cuts back. Or wait till it's a close up and they cut back to it. It's just so much difference. It's not even subtle. Yeah, what does it matter? What do you care about him for? You left him. Which, by the way, they didn't explain why she left. 26 minutes left. You gotta get some explaining to do. Or 27 minutes, technically. Yeah, sorry, Ingrid. This is not your best movie. Liar. She's just a liar. Why are you lying? You can't even be faithful to one man. You can't even be honest. Or excuse me about the faithful part, but honesty. Come on. You shouldn't believe her because she obviously doesn't tell the truth. Nor does she explain her motives or her actions. She's kind of a bimbo. What is this? Aren't you two married? How is this like a be careful, you could die, it's dangerous to go out there, oh, I'll be back, and you just kiss her on the cheek? I don't get it. This movie is false romance. Who said this movie was like the most romantic movie of all time? See, this is the problem. This is the problem with certain movies that are either this age or even like stuff from the 90s and 80s and stuff like that. Some certain movies are just deemed as classic just because they were existed at a certain time period. That doesn't mean they're necessarily good movies, right? My one of my podcast episodes, I even said that about I did an episode about He's All That, the Netflix movie, and I've said that She's All That, the movie that it's based on, is certified like a classic 90s rom-com, but it's not a good movie at all. And it's only a classic because it existed with a bunch of movies that came out during that time period that were classic. The movie in itself wasn't good at all. The acting wasn't good. The story wasn't. Nothing about it was good. It just existed at a certain time period, just like this movie here. And I'm gonna rate the movie as a whole once it ends. So I'm gonna shut up right now. Yeah, what the hell do you want? Wait, so you're holding the letters for what? I guess that's reasonable. Yeah. How dare you bring that up? For real. That's exactly what she's doing. Ugh. Wish I could throw some hot French fries at you. Oh, you're a coward and you're weak too. Please. How about you just tell him why you left? I don't get it. I thought this movie was supposed to be like romantic or something. A lot of it is just confusion. Girl, if you don't put that gun down, where did you get that? It'd be great if he pulled out a gun. Those forced tears. Sorry, Ingrid. No, I'm sorry. This is not good acting. I think actresses from like the 80s, 90s, and now would absolutely demolish the actresses back then in terms of acting. No, we don't know that because you left and you never explain why. I would have threw her off of me. Like, get off. I would love to talk to some people that were like teenagers or like in their 20s, 30s when they watched this movie for the first time. I would love to get their take on it. Wait, isn't she married and you just kissed her? What in the hell is going on? Mm, okay. I just want to shake you, because all of this could have been avoided if you just told me. Just tell the truth next time. Jesus, you're a child. I have a feeling you can do it again. Because you weren't you can't do it again. You had very well intentions of never seeing him again. I like that little sequence. The light is on her, and the door closes, and she's just like in shadow. Her eyes are so shiny. She kind of looked like some type of monster. Kind of. 15 minutes left. Yeah, word. Well, that was a given. Okay. She doesn't look closely as better as that woman at the bar. Look at that parrot. That parrot is so fake. The parrot is stuff. I would have loved to see someone like a Dick Powell play this role of what's his name? Richard? Rich? Pray it to myself. Oh, wait, who put it there? Can't remember. Oh wait, I think it was Rich, right? Yeah, that's right. You did put it in his piano. Wait, what happened to the black guy? The black guy sang a few tunes and then left. Film had no fucking desire for him. What? Okay, he didn't call the airport. Yeah, chill out. This has to happen. Well, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think she deserves either one of you. She's kind of trash. That's just me, though. Oh, well, I don't know why, as a kid, I envisioned this movie differently, or as a teenager. You see, it's all this talk. It's all the talk, and then when you finally watch something, it's not even remotely close to what it is. Why would you tell him that? Whatever. I don't care anymore. Oh yeah, this movie's about over. 4 minutes. End it. Because I got shit to say. Mm, you missed that plane. It's a long phone card. Okay. uh, I like the dressing, or I said dressing, but I mean I like the scenery. I like it how it's foggy. I guess that's it. 45 seconds. You would think there would be like a lot of end credits. All right. I think that's it. All right. The end. Okay. Morocco, Casablanca. I had no idea that was in Africa. I'm an idiot. That is the movie. First things first. Let me do what's important. I'm going back to that bar scene. I have to. I'm going back to that bar scene. Now I hear birds outside because it's like early in the morning right now. Okay. Okay. I can just do that later because I just wanted to see that address again. Clearly. Um. Oh, there she is. Oh. Okay. Yeah. I want. This should be like. I really should just have this as like my freeze frame for when I do my graphics for the movie in the podcast. But okay, let's get to it. First off, appreciation for the movie. Before I talk anything negative, don't say anything if you don't have anything good to say at all, right? First things first. This movie, and I know this is, I think I'm like watching like the remaster version, and I know this is like on HBO Max and all that stuff, but this movie looks good. It looks really good, especially like the remaster. It's really beautiful. The lighting is incredible. Makeup, you could say whatever, because most of these actors and actresses look the same in the grand sense of things, and there's some very handsome and beautiful actors, actresses, all that good stuff. Like the movie looks great. Wardrobe, set decorations, lighting, all of it is great. It's incredible. It's awesome, right? Here's the problem with Casablanca, and I think I already said this a little bit earlier. This is kind of suffering from a she's all that syndrome, or what kind of syndrome could this be? I want to say, I think people regard this movie as a classic just because of the time period it came out and what this movie kind of meant to I guess to the country. Not necessarily the country, but I guess to the world at the certain time that it was made. All the countries were, in a grand sense of things, were at war, things were going crazy, and movies were still being made. And to have a movie that's based on something that is a reality, that is like people trying to go home, and then trying to fit romance in it in some way, I can see why people gravitate towards it. But in the grand scheme of things, this movie is very average. Maybe even below average, like slightly below average. If this movie would have came out today in the 90s, and I made a YouTube video about this, the 90s to early 2000s was the pinnacle peak of romantic comedies, right? Of just romance movies. If this movie, Casablanca, with the story that it's trying to tell, with the actors it has, if this movie would have came out, let's say 90s or early 2000s, this movie would have been forgotten. That's just my opinion on it. I think this movie would have been forgotten and people wouldn't think twice about it. As we all can name a romantic comedy that has been forgotten and people don't speak on any much. But it's kind of tough to think of on the spot, like to gather my thoughts. But I honestly think Casablanca is just widely famous and highly regarded just from, I guess, maybe for what it stands for and for, I guess, what the movie is trying to be. I think that's why it's so highly regarded. Because I've honestly haven't talked to anyone who's watched this movie and like really loves it, but I'm gonna try to find somebody. I'm gonna try to find some people because I honestly won't believe people if they say they love this movie for the acting, because the acting is very mid. It is very subpar at best. I think Ingrid, I don't know if that was horrible casting on a casting director or director studios. I think you can blame the studio heads at this point in time, because I don't necessarily think there was casting directors doing their thing to the height that they're doing now. But the acting was very subpar. The writing was very subpar. It's very wordy, very on the nose. Yeah, it's just, I don't listen. It's kind of like, honestly, it's kind of like Black Panther in a sense, and hopefully I'm making the right analogy with this or comparison. But you look at Black Panther that came out in, when did that movie came out? 2017 or 16 or something like that. You look at Black Panther and everything that was happening in the news with black people dying, and or black people getting really abused by the police, black people being getting shot by the police. Nothing new, but it's being horribly glorified and it's coming into light to certain people that didn't have no clue. And now that you have a movie that represents black people in such a positive light and is trying to be something for a certain demographic, it is regarded in such a highlight and will always be remembered in that light. To the point where I watched Black Panther and I thought the same thing I thought about Casablanca. I thought Black Panther was a very mediocre script. Acting was nothing to stand out for, except for Michael B. Jordan, Killmonger. He was fantastic. But everything else associated with Black Panther in that movie was very mild and very dumb in a grand sense of things. But for what that movie stands for, and just to see so many prominent black actors in a movie that we can call our own, I will forever love that movie, own that movie, and will always talk about that movie for what it is. And I think that's why Casablanca has aged the way it did. Again, coming at a point in time where people were afraid to go outside. People didn't think they were ever going to go to their home country or leave their country, or all the stuff to find romance, all that stuff. And the fact that this movie can be that escapism in a sense, rather if it was good or not, it's a piece of content that's out there for you to consume that can be an escape. I think that's the biggest thing about Casablanca. I don't know if anyone can ever regard this as a good movie. It's just so average. I think just from the point that literally every single human being, or mostly every single human being, especially from what country you're from, was at a all-time stress factor. Their stress is high. They don't know if they're going to live or die. They don't know if to see their family. All this stuff is taken into account. And then you have this movie that's there to be your escape. This movie is telling you about a situation that you can more than likely relate to because the whole entire world is going through it, right? That's like in 2020 with the whole pandemic happening and everyone's in quarantine. That's if Netflix or any whatever streaming platform dropped a movie about a pandemic going on, like legit happening, right? And everyone watched it. Doesn't mean it was good or not, but there are going to be more people in the world that are going to be able to relate to this. So I honestly think that's what this movie is. And I'm saying all this with now noise coming out of my window, but I think no, see what I'm gonna do. Not gain my train of thought. I honestly think that's where this movie kind of lies in it. I think just for what it stands for makes it a classic, but not the movie in itself. And no disrespect for Humphrey Bogart, Ingrid, the director. I think the movie was shot well. I thought it was made well. Everything else about it was pretty fucking sublime. And I would honestly say I would never watch this movie again unless somebody asked me, "Hey, let's watch this movie. Let's make fun of it. Like, let's just have conversations on it." Then I would be more reluctant to watch it again. But other than that, like to watch it again in my own free time, to quote the movie, to maybe to look at that actress at the bar again, I would never watch this movie again. Never. And honestly, I can actually now understand. I can now understand why this movie never came to me in my life. Why this movie never resonated in the Black community. Because this movie has nothing to do with us. And I know this movie is about World War II. It's the war. The war affected everybody, right? Everyone's a part of it. But even then, America didn't even want Black people to fight for them or fight for their war and things like that, unless it was like on some rogue, like we need people who know they're gonna die. We need them to go here and do some shit. But even then, like this movie has nothing. It's kind of crazy. Because I can't say there's nothing universal about this movie because, again, I think at that time period that this came out, everyone related to what was going on in the world, especially with the war happening. But in terms of like romance and seeing this and that, the romance in this movie is absolute trash. I'm sorry. It's absolute trash. There's nothing romantic about this movie. If anything, Ingrid's character, I don't even remember her name. Her character is not really freaking memorable besides the fact that she does nothing but lie. She does nothing but lie and has a mind of a child and can't have the emotional intelligence of an actual, I don't know, grown woman. But besides that point, I don't know. I just really want to talk to someone who loves this movie. I really want to talk to someone who loves this movie. Excuse me. And who keeps this movie at such high regards. I think I'm going to spend the day looking for people who love this movie. So I can just really talk about it, debate about it. But yeah, again, shot well. The movie looks beautiful. I mean, it looks great. Obviously, I'm watching like a digitally remastered version, of course. But I mean, I don't know what else to say. Casablanca is a timeless classic, not from the content itself, but just because of when it existed, and that same sentiment is said about a lot of films that were born in certain time periods. Hell, you can even say a lot of John Hughes movies from the 80s were never. Hell, who says you look at 16 Candles? You look at that movie now. You look at maybe like what Pretty in Pink. You look at The Goonies. You look at all that stuff. A lot of that stuff is culturally insensitive. A lot of it. I mean, I don't. Excuse me. I don't mean to take it there, right? But what I'm trying to say is these movies are very subpar, right? But it's because of when they existed and how they affected that generation. They lived on because of that. It's not because of the movie itself. And I honestly do believe that's what Casablanca is, in a grand scheme of things. Yeah, and also maybe another thing I can appreciate for it. I mean, I definitely appreciate all the actors, all the director, everyone who had a hand in playing it and who's kind of passed away now. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I think everything that these actors kind of went through to prepare for the role, and the war that was happening right now, of all the lives that were lost during the war and all that stuff, I felt like all of that weight, all of it was put into this movie in a sense, subconsciously. Maybe if the actors knew or if they didn't know or know. But if you're telling a movie about a certain event that's happening and it's affecting people, then all that passion and emotions go into that movie, whether you know it or not. And I can appreciate that part of it, if that makes sense. Yeah, I can appreciate that. And again, I love this time period. I love the 40s and 50s. Maybe I can find a movie about what Veronica Lake and watch it, because I love this time period. I do love this time period. So I can appreciate that, but I do think this movie was horribly casted. I think that's the biggest thing. This movie is horribly casted. This woman at the bar clearly should have played Ingrid's character. Who gave Ingrid this role? Who gave her this role? I'm for sure going to watch something that Ingrid is in, so I can see if she acts the same way in these movies. If so, she clearly cannot be really known for her acting skills. She clearly can't. And honestly, she can't be known for her looks either, because there's clearly other women that look better than her. And obviously that's subjective. That's whatever. But clearly the woman at the bar who had very less freaking screen time caught my eye and had my attention throughout the entirety of the movie than Ingrid did. But that's besides the point, I guess. Yeah, this is so weird. Yeah, I can't wait to talk to my friends about this. I can't wait. Let's see. Is there anything else I can add to this? I don't know. I feel like I summed that up pretty well. At least I hope I did. But anyway, well, that's the podcast. I think I'm gonna end it there. That was Casablanca. Fun fact: originally, I was supposed to record this with a guest. My first guest would have been my best friend Shelby, but she had a baby, so which congrats to Shelby. And then my second guest was supposed to be my friend Noor, who's already been on this podcast plenty of times, or maybe not yet, because these episodes are gonna be so out of order. But yeah, she turned out to be busy, so I was like, I'll just watch this myself and have some fun with it. But yeah. Casablanca, 1942. Interesting. Well, all right. Well, that's the podcast, Starfighters. If you like the content, please like, comment, subscribe. If you're on YouTube and you're watching this, if you're on Spotify or wherever you get your podcast from, please leave a review. Let me know how you like it. If you don't want to, then that's completely fine. Yeah. I can't wait to upload this one, but yeah. Yeah, I'm speechless a little bit, but yeah, but that's the podcast, and I will see you on the next one. But until then, victory or death, Starfighters.